What is going on, All-Terrain Nation? Whether it be two-wheel drive, four-wheel drive, or these Broncos you really want to drive, this is your All-Terrain Nation. I'm your host, David Boyd, and today we are talking about Bronco deliveries. But first, if you have not yet, smash that like button. It just helps other people find the channel, and I greatly, greatly appreciate that. So, let's get into today's topic. So today we are talking about Bronco deliveries, and let's rewind. This story deserves a little bit of a rewind. Last July, it's supposed to be in June, but we all forgot about that old O.J. Simpson day. But, so they moved to July. July, they premiered the Bronco, and people went nuts. 190,000 people went nuts, and 125,000 confirmed orders, one of those would be mine, even though I'm pushing it. How does that work? Math, I don't know. Anyways, but the Bronco, it was everything we were hoping for, and through all of this long fall and this long winter, and it just seemed like we were never going to ever see a Bronco actually to a normal person. Yes, we've seen everybody like test driving these things, and they've had them in Moab after the launch. They took them to the Rubicon, and then they were testing these things in the open like crazy, and the hysteria. Oh, my God, the hysteria for these things was at a peak. I mean, by January 20th, when the orders could actually go in, I think I have like 5 or 6 new gray hairs just on that day because the Bronco was going nuts. Well, the spring, we all thought, okay, man, if they're taking orders by January, that means by May they're building them, right? Kind of. They started building these things and just for the press units, and they were building VIP orders, which kind of tick people off, normal people. And, I'm sure if you're one of those VIP members, they were like, hey, man, it is what it is. But who cares? But now we're almost into July. We're at the end of June, and guess what? Dealers are actually getting Broncos from orders. That's right. So I've got a couple pictures that I want to get into, and we'll just break these down. I mean, it's nothing exciting, but it shows that Bronco deliveries are getting there. So if you're one of the first ones like June, if you had a June build, guess what? You're about to see your Bronco, and I'm super excited for you. But let's look at these photos, and we'll go from there. All right, so this one popped early this morning. This one, as you can see, looks like it's it's a Badlands of some sort. And looks like it's a Sasquatch with a hard top. All these things that we were told early on, these are the deadly sins. Well, one of the first Broncos we're seeing delivered today is one of the deadly sins. That's right. But it's a race red thing, looks really, really cool. And I like seeing these things on these trucks. And like I said, these aren't VIP Broncos. These are just Broncos that are ready to go to a home. They're ready to be adopted, as it were. And this one's coming off the truck. As you can see, where it is in line, it looked like it was probably the second delivery of the day or maybe of that load. But I am pumped. I'm happy because this is kind of what my Bronco should look like. Now, hopefully in 22, my colors are a little different. But let's see. We got another image here. Let me pull this thing up. And this one's a little blurrier, but this one looks to be a Big Ben model, and it's got that hard top. Oh, and what's on top of that thing? It looks like it's got roof racks. That's right. One of those crazy can it not have items. It looks like somebody ordered theirs with a roof rack. And that, once again, is freaking awesome. Look, it's a hardtop, too. That's weird because they're having all these hardtop issues, but the first ones we've seen are being delivered with hardtops, that's very exciting. It really is. And this one, as you can see in the order of the truck, it was actually the first one coming off that truck. So that's really, really cool. Now, what can you expect? You've seen in your timeline, oh, man, the Broncos, they're coming up. And is this person, because they had posted on Bronco 6G that, I'm not going to get there today. And I'm like, work, I got to go. I just got to go. But the person in this is like, I'm going to tell them I don't want a PDI inspected, which is where they check all the nuts and bolts. It's something that has to happen legally. You can't tell them, I don't want to do that. You can tell them, I would like to see it come off that truck. But when they do the inspection, they're not allowing anybody back there. I can tell you, it's a legal reason. But they're going through checking everything, making sure all the bolts are on where it's supposed to be. And if you had any dealer add-ons, like if you the floor mats or anything that they will go ahead and ship to dealers, that's when they'll be put on this thing. So just because you see it on the truck, don't get too excited. But it only takes about an hour to go through inspection, and then they'll roll it out to display it. And I guarantee you, these are getting rolled out in front of the dealerships, and they want people looking at these things. But for me, I kind of want mine in the showroom. Let's selectively people touching my Bronco. But does this excite you? We're actually seeing Broncos? Have you gotten the email yet? And there's an email saying, "Hey, Ford sent out an email last night saying, hey, we're trying. There's still a hardtop issue, but we're getting there," which is actually encouraging. I know normally, my WTF series, I'd be like, oh, just like that, but at least they're communicating now, and maybe at least if it's a once-a-month thing, saying, here's what we're going through, here's, the timeline. I think that makes people more reassured that, hey, they're doing their best to get this. Obviously, we know these hardtops are a brand new thing for Ford, and you're making the best of it. But do all these deliveries, do they have you excited? Let me know in the comments, especially if you're on our Instagram. Tag me in Instagram as soon as yours hits your dealership if you get pictures of it. And it's not because I want to repost anything. I'm just that excited for you guys and gals that are getting your Broncos. So once again, tag, and let the channel know. And if you're willing to let us share the pictures, that's awesome, man. You can always email us at allterrainnationmedia@gmail.com. If you want to get that, or you can DM us Facebook, however most of you know how to find me by now. So let me know in the comments. Are you pumped? Did you get your VIN yet? Because I know this past week they weren't issuing anything, and it's some of that to do. We got holidays coming up, so I think in 2 weeks they start issuing VINs again. So do you feel like you're this close? I know a buddy of mine with Lifestyle Off-Road. He got his VIN. And he's got a mid-July build date, and he moved his hardtop to a soft top, hoping to get his quicker, and it seemed to work. So, in the comments below, comment below. So, from all things two-wheel drive, four-wheel drive, these Broncos that y'all get to drive for, I will. This has been your All Terrain Nation. I'm your host, David Boyd, and we're out. Peace, everybody. Love y'all.